ghouls, goblins, and everything crazy about Halloween. But if you can't tell by this cute little orange hue that I have going on with my camera, I wanted to talk about the origin of jack-o'-lanterns, actually. It's a cute little story, and I love it. So, it all starts out in Ireland with a folklore. There's variations of the story, but it all is roughly the same to the story that I'm going to tell you. So once there was a man named Jack. Jack was a drunk. He loved to drink. And of course, you know, being a drunk, that's a very sinful thing. You don't get into heaven because of that. So of course, God didn't want him. So when Jack was supposed to die, the devil went to retrieve Jack. The devil walks up to Jack in a bar and says, "Hey, it's time to go. You need to come with me." And Jack says, "Okay, but buy me a drink. Buy me one more drink." And the devil's like, "All right, that sounds fair." So Jack gets another drink and he drinks it. And then the devil's like, "All right, pay up. It's time to go." And he's like, "Oh, well, I don't have money. So why don't you turn into a silver coin?" And then instead of giving the silver coin that was the devil at that point to the bartender, Jack puts it in his pocket with a crucifix. So now the devil is stuck. He's trapped because the crucifix is keeping him held in there. He can't even change back into like a little baby devil. He's just stuck as a gold coin or silver coin. So then Jack's sitting there like, "You're stuck in there. What are you gonna do?" And the devil's like, "Okay, fine, fair enough. What can I do to get out of here?" And Jack's like, "Okay, give me 10 years, and then you can come back and we can go. And 10 more years of living and you can come back and we can go." And the devil's like, "Fine, deal." You know, the devil loves making a deal. And in this case, I don't think he had much of a choice. So that happens, and the devil ends up leaving. And then 10 years later, the devil comes back around again. And there's Jack. He's like, "Hey, it's time to go. Deal's up. You gotta go." So Jack's like, "Okay, fair enough. But can you make me one last request?" And you'd think the devil would know better because he's already been tricked once by Jack. But the devil says, "Okay, fair enough. What can I do for you?" And he's like, "I just want an apple from this apple tree." And the devil's like, "All right, you know what? Fair enough. It's a snack to go." So Jack goes over to the apple tree, and then he starts putting crucifixes all around the base of the apple tree. So the devil gets stuck while Jack is in the tree. And he says, "Ha, now you're trapped here." And the devil's like, "Oh no, I've been tricked again." And so Jack's like, "Okay, so you want to get out of this, right? Oh, let's make another deal." And the devil's like, "Fine. I can't believe I got tricked again by you, you terrible being." And Jack's like, "I never want to go down to hell." And the devil's like, "And?" So Jack's like, "Make me a deal so that I never go to hell and you can go." And the devil's like, "Fine, deal. Great." So he frees the devil. And then a few more years pass, and Jack does pass away. But what ends up happening is Jack went to the gates of hell. And the devil denied him to uphold his part of the bargain. He was not allowed to come to hell. But Jack also wasn't allowed to go up to heaven because he lived a very sinful life. So Jack was then doomed to be this soul. But the devil, he gave him a little gift, a little parting gift, if you may. He gave him an ember inside of a turnip and said, "Here, carry this around in purgatory to light your way." Purgatory, or the middle ground, which happens to be our world, technically, in that old Celtic lore. So then people would see Jack's spirit, carrying around a lit turnip. And then that ended up getting integrated into the holiday of Halloween, where children, when they were dressed up in their costumes and going door to door in almost like a caroling fashion, would also be carrying jack-o'-lanterns made out of turnips. But that changed to pumpkins when people came over from overseas to celebrate Halloween. Pumpkins were in abundance, and America's bigger the better kind of thing. So they started using pumpkins to make jack-o'-lanterns from. And then they stopped carrying them around because, like, obviously, have you ever carried a pumpkin? It's kind of heavy, even when it's hollowed out. So it turned into a decoration, and I just thought that was really cute and fun. So yeah, I hope you guys liked it. I thought it was great. Okay, bye!